Chapter 8, Elimi-Nate. Continued at page 135. Reading Wolf. Alpha Squad copy over by James Rink. Saturday, February 12, 2005. Nate comes online. This time he's distant and withdrawn. Nate, I figured something out, James. James, what is that? Your God does not exist. Oh, so tell me, who is God? There is none. It's a universe of anarchy. There's got to be order. I mean, look at Fibonacci numbers and phi ratios. Sorry, James, no go. Those numbers are based purely on the rhythms of nature, and animals have bigger souls than us, which is why nature continues to reign supreme. Intelligence is the very breath of God. Not true. Intelligence will bring our downfall. For I have seen it. You wish for order and for a God, but he is not there. God is your immortal soul. God is you and God is me, and represents the collective consciousness of all souls. We are God, even Lucifer. If we don't follow the laws given to us by creation, we live in darkness, but we are still God. We are not God. For ye are gods, sons of the Most High, Psalms 82:6. But you forget one thing: the more intelligent you are, the more tricks you can be trained to do. Negative. Animals control nature. Why do you think they never get hurt by natural incidents? They are telepathic. They communicate with the soul of the planet, Gaia, who tells them what is about to occur. Humans are not in tune with their telepathy. Another reason why animals reign supreme: they control all, we just understand. Earth is the only planet in the cosmos with our rate of technological development that does not use telepathy. One day, everyone on Earth will be telepathic. This changed at the Tower of Babel. No, Bear, they weren't. How do you know? There are planets out there. I destroyed most of them, but when I am here, I am weak. Oh man, don't kill anyone. Don't you realize you reap what you sow? Well then, keep watching the skies. Can you put them back, please? No one needs to die. God says, thou shalt not kill. No, Bear, no. God does not exist. I would have met him by now. God is in a hidden place. He is you, your immortal soul. Ooh. No, Bear, you fucking dumbass. You continue to follow what you don't see. Why? You continue to follow what you don't see. Why? Okay, fine, you're right. Because I have seen Jesus and I know he's real. Bear, Jesus didn't obey the Old Testament, thus proving he didn't live the perfect life, thus proving he couldn't have changed the rules, thus proving he didn't achieve perfection, thus proving he wasn't the Son of God. The rules are already perfect. It's a man who chooses not to follow. Jesus never wanted to be called the Son of God anyway. It was mankind who called him that. They refuse to listen to their own inner voice. Instead, they want to worship false idols instead of their creator. You got to stop killing people. If you keep doing this, you're going to come back even worse than you already are now. The law of karma states you reap what you sow. Please don't take out your anger on those who did this to you. Let them reap what they have sown. Don't you understand there is no right or wrong? There are no laws. There are 18 laws of creation. 10 of them are the 10 commandments. If you don't follow the laws given to us by God, we are living in darkness. No, James, you're creating new things in your mind to cope with the loss of rules. It's due to your organizational thinking, believing that there must, in fact, be laws of society. You constrained yourself to rules and punishment. Okay, fine. I'm a little obsessive compulsive, but a little left-brained behavior can't be so bad. Little left brain behavior can't be so bad. There's benefits to organized thinking. For instance, I don't want to take out my anger on those who are innocent. Yeah, I get it, right? I hated that. I know, but you constrained yourself to rules and punishment. You don't know that you can jump out of your window and fly away. Please stop this killing. I killed no one. What about the planets? They have a soul. Did you kill them too? Smiley face. Why take your anger out on them? They didn't hurt you. Did they breed all sense of goodness out of you? I know there is something good in you. I just wish you would see it. They killed me, but my soul found a new body and a new place in time. I'm happy for him that he's no longer in pain. Are you soulless now? I am Nate's darkened soul. Are you a demon? They have the same spirit of godness too, if only they would just come to the light. I am godless, ruthless, and more powerful than your Satan. Satan represents anything that does not follow the laws of creation. God is love. You represent hatred and all that is unbalanced. You are created to be an entity for love. A house divided cannot stand. There is no God. Why won't you listen to me? Okay, I'm trying. Why are you so blindly bound by your beliefs? Wake up. Look at what you've done. What? You've created a system of laws, death, and overpopulation. I just try to help people. You've created more pain than we need. You've created so much intolerance towards other races and sexual orientations. Look at what your religion has done. It was the Illuminati who have done that. No, not the Illuminati. You. How so? Leviticus judges Deuteronomy, diss gays, women, and people of other cultures. The Bible is a book of intolerance, lies, and godlessness. In your Bible, which you religiously follow, it is my belief that Jehovah God Satan was the this is like was the author of the Old Testament. I do not. I'm just reading a book here. I didn't know it was going to be all about this. I just try to help people. No, it was the Illuminati who've done that. Blah blah blah. It is my belief that Jehovah God Satan was the author of the Old Testament and the enemy of the God who sent Esau Emmanuel. Now, the reason why I think Nate referred to the Bible as my book was because I believe I may have been King James, the first in another life, together with the help of Francis Bacon, Kevin Bacon, who later became Saint Germain. We put together the King James version of the Bible. James. There are so many lies in the Bible. Paul was the one who dissed women and made up the stuff about Jesus being the Son of God. He was a confused man, and it was Jehovah God Satan who said to kill homosexuals. The church changed the Bible to keep man in slavery. I agree with you on that. God lives within my heart. I use prayer and meditation to find him there, not in a church. Nate, God does not live there. You created that man to give you the answers you needed, James. Jesus was created by our thoughts? Nate, yes. James, like all of creation? Nate, yes, but Jesus will disappear and rules will be done and the punished will be redeemed and saved. We need to stop believing in hell. You have to stop believing in God and hell to make it happen. In order to complete peace, in order for complete peace, there must be no God, no heaven, no hell, no duality, no masculine, no feminine, no existence. James, every soul has a masculine and feminine part. Nate, no, no masculine and feminine, no existence. James, what about your psychic abilities? Those abilities must come from somewhere. Nate, yeah, me. I materialized a new body and a new life from nothing. How? If I'm away from Earth, I could do anything. But now that I have my body, I can't leave. What? James, I'm happy that you got away from them. Will they try to hurt you again? Nate, no, they don't exist anymore. James, so it's begun? What has? Just like in the Henoch prophecies, the genetically engineered soldiers created by the government will turn against their captors and cause much destruction to the human race. They have been bred to lack compassion and to be fearless. I think that's you. James, I'm their leader. Oh my God. Just know this, the ignorant peons on this planet are not your enemy. We are just as much a victim of the brainwashing as you are. I'm also the Antichrist. You knew he was going to be American, huh? We created the law, and through me, we will destroy it. I feel he was incorrect, as the creation made the law, and only the creation can destroy it, James. The Antichrist is in all of us. This is when we don't follow the laws of creation. Please don't kill people off. There's enough destruction on this planet. Don't use your abilities to hurt others. James, I will do what I will. Yes, you're right. They destroyed me enough times. How many times? 12. Damn, I'm so sorry. I destroyed all 3,400 planets that had to do with it. Please don't take on the role of the Antichrist. Someone has to do it. The new generation will follow me. We all take on that role at times, even Lucifer, even me at times. But you represent anything not done in love. I know the word, and it says, I will burn. Not if you change your ways. But that's just because you knew that scaring someone off will prolong it. Soon your laws of nature will be nothing. Are you Lucifer? I am. You don't have to return back to the lake of fire. Return back to good godness. Return back to the way you were made. I am not Lucifer. I am. I am the screaming voice in the back of your head, the scared child in your soul, the one that you ignore because it tells you to do bad things. I am the one that tells you to change the law, to create a new reality, to make a new society, to trust in the power of self, to trust in the untangible reality of nothing. I am. Your God has no control over me because I don't believe. James, I know you won't believe me, but you are God. And if you choose this path, you will reap what you sow. The lake of fire represents the ethers that surround us, and you will lose all of what you have learned these trillions of years. Don't turn to darkness, turn to light, but it's your choice. Was Nate always demon possessed? Nate, there is no duality. I am not a demon. I am a liberator. James, thank God there is still a chance of hope. Liberate us from the bondage of the evil on this planet, but do it out of love. Nate, no, hate. James, did you neutralize all those who would try to come after me? Nate, they don't exist. I annihilated them. There is no duality, James. I guess I don't need to pray for them anymore. You don't need to pray anymore. I hate hearing your voices in my head. When anyone prays, I hear it. How do you hear so much without getting dizzy? Something tells me I've been doing it longer than you might think. You see, I need to end the prayers. Otherwise, I'll keep hearing them. Please, all I want is help. Do it out of love. I do nothing out of love. All I have is hate for you. I know. The land will die, the ground will turn black, the skies will redden, metal will become liquid, and liquid will become solid. The end will come while you are on earth. Please don't hurt us. We never did anything to hurt you. You killed me. How? James, do you remember your past life as an assassin or as a bear? No. You were the one who killed me. I think I was in the project you were in. No, I've been lending you power and memories. Oh, wow. I was having a lot of weird dreams at that time. I saw a 12-year-old boy sitting in a dark cell in an underground lab. A military officer with a needle in his hand said, I don't want to do this. Next, the boy started to scream. He charged at the officer, took his gun, and shot him. Then he darted outside the cell and ran to the end of the hall. The doors were barricaded shut, and he had nowhere else to run. A team of doctors and soldiers surrounded him. The head doctor said in a calm voice, Nate, put the gun down. He yelled, Fuck you, and shot himself in the head. Wow. In another dream, I remember seeing a boy being taken inside an underground lab. Everything was white, the walls, ceiling, and lights. The boy appeared to be about 7 years old. He was strapped down onto a metal gurney. The door opened, and a gray walked in. He was screaming and trying to break loose, and then he passed out. A few moments later, I saw doctors placing implants inside the boy's brain. Nate, you are the one who kills me, and I come back and remember it. When I was king, you assassinated me with poison. When I was the wolf, you killed me as the bear. Bearish, but as the assassin, you were killed as you were leaving the castle. And as the bear, you were cut. at the neck. James, that probably explains why I like the bear so much. I'm sorry for killing you. I don't want any more death, but if you wish to take revenge, I will understand. Nate, no bear. James, is that why I have a birthmark on my neck? Birthmarks explain traumatic death injuries from previous lives. Nate, yep. James, can you forgive me? If you don't want to, I will understand. Nate, yes. Why would I kill you? You are one of the most compassionate people I have ever met. Nate, you represent order. I represent freedom. I represent anything you represent boundaries. I represent tyranny and you represent peace. Soon you will gain powers like mine, and the only thing you think to do is get me. James, I don't want to hurt you. Nate, you will. James, you knew this all along, I take it. I don't want to kill you. Please, let's stop the fighting. You first. How? You know you started it every single time. How? You didn't like my freedom. What could I do? You wonder why all these things got here. Canyons, holes, us fighting. You are one of the supreme. Ever since I was a child, I always knew there was a secret within my soul, but it was as if a wall was there and I could not see the other side. Supreme, how? Is that an old soul? Nate, you'll see. You are the most powerful being in the galaxy. I had an Akashic reading done and was told that during the time of Atlantis, I was chief advisor of Ra-Ta, who later reincarnated as Edgar Kachi. Casey. Edgar Casey. During that lifetime, I was a scientist and keeper of the crystals, and as everything was powered by crystals. The Dark Brotherhood wanted to weaponize them, so they took my crystals away. Something went wrong. An energy pulse ripped open the tectonic plates, and large part of the island of Atlantis sunk into the sea. I tried to stop the disaster by using my telekinetic powers to shift the orbit of the moon, but it was too late. I perished along with everyone else on that island, James. But I'm a weakling. I can't even hold a job. Nate, the weak grow in power, the quickest. You will remain filled with the law, and you will not see further than we see, but you will bring order, James. We will never make a truce and be friends again. Nate, yeah, we do it every couple of centuries. James, yeah. Can we do it now? I just don't want people to die. No more caverns and canyons. When people pray, can I hear them pray too, just like you? Nate, think in your mind, James. What do you hear? People screaming last prayers? People trapped praying? Do you hear the cold woman screaming for heat? James, I thought it was caused from being ADHD. Nate, negative. ADHD doesn't make you hear voices. James, so these are really voices? Have I been telepathic all my life? You see the world in your head, Bear. I would call that telepathy. You hear others' thoughts. The only being that can be more powerful than you is me. You take the role of God, and I take the role of the Antichrist. Okay, well, enough is enough. I don't want war. Do you? It has to happen. It has been written. Yeah, I know. It's already happened. I've seen it. Will I see the future too soon? No. You only have the power near the end, but you may be surprised at the ending. Will I be sent into the lake of fire too? The Antichrist wins. But the Bible states Jesus returns. Yeah, but he fails. How so? He is destroyed. You see, each millennium, I've slowly been closer to beating you. The last time we fought as humans, we died the exact same time. This time, I win. You see, you wrote the Bible. You predicted you would win before you lost your powers and were reborn. Was I any of the prophets? The Bible was written during your time as God. Strange answer for someone who doesn't believe in God. That's in the book. James. Well, why are you willing to be my friend if you don't like me? That's the problem. I do like you. Well, I like you too. But you made people hate me and blame me for all evil. You called me Lucifer, the enlightened one. Isn't he the morning star? Yes. When I was Satan, you called me the evil, ugly one. You bring truth by trials. You turned wicked because you self indulged. No. You were trying to constrict humans to rules, and I said no. Make them free, no rules at all. And then you freaked for the thought that I was trying to control you. Then you sent Michael after me. I pleaded with him to leave. I told him I just thought humans needed to be more free and that the rules weren't working. I didn't want to hurt Michael, so I tried to scare him by turning into a dragon. And then I finally flew away. But Michael told you he vanquished me. Am I an archangel? You are God. Or maybe I should just stop at you are. Why would I choose to incarnate into a human body, especially one that is so weak? It wasn't your decision. Whose was it? It was my choice. You weren't all powerful like you thought you were. When I die, I become stronger. I guess that's why you want me to kill you when I don't want to. And when you do, I choose what you are next. I choose the playing field, humans. You and me created the universe to meta exist, work without us. What do you mean? We haven't seen God for a while for a reason. The Jesus you saw was Michael, your son. So what did the red torch he was carrying represent? Blood? Battle? I don't like to kill Michael, but I have to. And you will end up ultimately in the lake of fire for trying to bring me down. I'm still having trouble thinking God can incarnate into a human body. Maybe it's the law side in me. Yeah. When Nate was a boy, he said he saw Lucifer appear to him. Did you enter Nate at that point? We see what we become, but we don't notice it. We think it as a natural occurrence. Nathan saw who he was, a mirror. What do you mean? When you saw Jesus, he was explaining who you are, a compassionate, nice, lawful guy. When I saw Lucifer, evil, ugly, lawless, painful. But you're not ugly. You have a sense of goodness in you. I wish I could help you see it. You were created with perfection in mind. You just have forgotten how to live in balance. Besides, isn't tyranny slavery? Meh, I can't even believe I told you that. Haven't you noticed how your thoughts become reality? Or how when you want something, it seems to happen? Well, not really, but well, when I was tested by the doctors, my psychosomatic score was off the charts. Psychosomatic is a condition where negative thinking creates negative health conditions, or positive thinking creates positive health. Meaning, if I believe in something strong enough, it happens. Are you going to be okay? Yeah. I don't think you are. I feel horrible this has to happen, don't you? I want you to be happy. I don't want you to hate. When I first discovered my powers? No, when? The first time I jacked off, I was 9. What happened? The house bent. I exerted enough energy to push the house outward and melt the grass outside. What did your mom think? I'm sure she saw it coming. What king were you in the past lives? Lots, I think. I might have been Hitler. I thought he would come back with Down syndrome. Nate lives. When did you know I was God? When I was 10, I knew the future. So you knew we would meet in 5 years? Yes, I have to go. Continue to watch the skies. Place your hands on the opposite sides of someone's head and watch. Wait for their life to flash in front of your eyes. Okay, I will try it. I'll try it. Will we be able to talk again? Maybe. Nate logs off the internet. Could it be Nate was possessed by Lucifer? He didn't quite say he was, but he did say he was a darkened soul. I'll leave that up to you to decide. I did some numerology on the name Nate Wilder using base 6 math. I found a creepy coincidence. The Bible tells us the value of the name of the Antichrist is 666. To calculate the name of Nate Wilder, I used the formula A equals 6, B equals 12, C equals 18, D equals 24. When you add this up, the numerological value of his name equals to 666. This calls for wisdom. If anyone has insight, let him calculate the number of the beast, for it is a man's number. His number is 666. Revelations 13:18. New NIV. Lucifer tells me I am the assassin who ends up killing him. Is this the reason why Nate refused to tell me the name of his assassin? Because it would have been me? When Nate told me all this stuff about me being God, I didn't exactly believe him. After all, if I was God, where were my godlike powers? The ascended masters think Lucifer is insane. From this conversation, it's safe to say they are right. All this talk about Lucifer and his minions started to frighten me. So I asked my guardian angels, Pleiadians, and the Federation of Light to protect me. This is when things got interesting. This is when things got interesting. Saturday, February 14, 2005. On a Saturday afternoon, I took a 2-hour nap in a sleeping bag. I woke up feeling dizzy and exhausted. Later, when I looked at my shoulders in the mirror and found a set of 3 scratch marks on both sides. At first, I thought it was caused by the zipper, so I didn't think much of it. The inside of my ear was red and hurting too. I thought I might have slept on it in a wrong way. But according to a clairvoyant, my labs stuck some wire into my ear, and in the struggle to get away, they scratched up my shoulders. The next day, I went to a Muffin Mutual UFO Friends Network meeting in Salisbury, North Carolina, to hear a lecture on contact with alien beings. While there, my picture was taken by a journalist for the Salisbury Times, which made front page news the next day. Here you see me sitting in front of a large poster of a gray alien with the words, "I believe." The gray's talons are positioned in such a way as if it's trying to grab me. Was this their way of telling me we are here, but not from here? Sunday, March 6, 2005. On a cold Sunday afternoon in March, I was going home after a visit to my sister's house. During the drive, my right ear started to itch like crazy. When I touched it, dried blood flaked off. When I got home, I examined it in the mirror, and it looked like a large chunk of flesh was missing from my right earlobe. If I had cut myself, I would have felt it, and a large gash that size would require stitches. A few hours later, the scoop mark became so painful that I developed a migraine headache. I also noticed a chunk of skin was missing from the edge of my right pinky fingernail. At closer inspection, it appeared that some large splinter was stuck underneath my fingernail. After a few hours, it became so painful that I could hardly move my finger. I remember no missing time or any abduction scenario. Maybe hypnosis would tell me something different. UFOologists would probably consider this a classic ET abduction case. Perhaps I was taken aboard some craft. A scoop mark would be taken for genetic experiments, and a fiber optic tracking device would be implanted to monitor my biorhythms. Afterwards, they would wipe my memories and put me back where they found me. This may have been done by the Federation Greys, or it may have been a MyLab. In my opinion, based on the sloppy job, I would say it was a MyLab. At first, these procedures occurred once every 2 days, but now I get twice a day needle injections, not limited to scratches, triangular scabs, incision marks, laser burns, and rod shaped objects under my skin. These needles and surgical instruments are probably not being properly sterilized. Sometimes when I sleep, I wake up with the covers pulled off me and my body lying in some uncomfortable position I could never fall asleep in. A few times I felt something like electrical shock when dozing off, but this may be due to astral travel. And one time I woke up hearing someone saying, "Turn around." Even though most of these marks occur when I sleep, they are known to happen at all times of the day, during times when I am with people as well. For a time, I was keeping records of these surgical procedures in the hopes that I could recover missing memories, but I soon realized I would need to be more vigilant. Pages from my journal often will go missing. A psychic told me my clones stole them. Who knows? Missing pages from my journal aren't the only thing to go missing. I've had pillows go missing from my bed while sleeping at night and missing medical records. Sunday, March 13, 2005. Nate's in trouble. I offered my support and friendship, but there was little I could do. Nate. Bear, I'm bleeding. James. What happened? Nothing. It'll be a couple minutes before my matter is wiped out of existence. What should I do? Can I pray for you? Nothing whatsoever. At all, ever. Who's wiping out your matter? The government to finally destroy me. I thought you told me you'd die in the war, not now. Nah, that's what I thought. But looks like they found a way to kill me. They have a subatomic energy keeping my matter inside this cell. What do you mean by cell? Are you in prison? Sort of. I am telecommunicating through a power cord leading into a phone cord leading into a computer. They really got you in a jam this time. No shit. Every single atom in me will be disassembled and then reassembled into a new. Will you stop existing? Oh, yeah. What will be the end result? Well, somewhat of a new energy, maybe better, maybe worse. Will you still look and appear human? Nope. Later. You going just like that? I'm not one for drama. Later. And with that, Nate disappeared. In some ways, I was relieved, but I was determined to figure out what the hell happened to him. I have no idea if he really caused all that destruction, but he seemed to possess telekinetic abilities, and what he claimed was happening to him was now happening to me. In the following weeks, channeled material found on the internet began to claim Lucifer had returned back to the light. They claimed that Lucifer judged himself before his light councils and regretted what he had done, saddened at how some people on this planet have become so evil, even more evil than himself. He gave up on his no rules belief system. Instead of facing billions of years of negative karma, he chose instead to be no more by returning to the ethers, the lake of fire, where we all came from. The lake of fire is not a place of torment. It represents the field of ethers surrounding us all. All souls originated from this field, and when we have become perfected, we will once again merge with this field and become one with creation. This is not a punishment by God. This happened because Lucifer chose it. God does not punish anyone. We chose to punish ourselves based on the laws of creation. This fulfills the prophecy. Thursday, March 31, 2005. On Thursday morning, I woke up and my eyes were itchy. I thought perhaps dirt was lodged in my eyelids. Upon closer inspection, the inside of my eyelids was inflamed, and I had a small incision in each corner. To me, it looked as if some kind of device was used to hold open my eyelids. Why this was done, I can only speculate, but my gut feeling would suggest the installation of a video camera eye implant. Around this time, I had a strange dream. I was taken to an underground base and was placed in an interrogation room. Military officers would demand that I tell us what you know. I kept saying, I don't know anything. I don't know anything. Then a tall gray walked into the room and telepathically demanded that I talk. Next thing I know, I wake up and the covers were pulled off my bed. It was obvious I was taken out of my bed because I was freezing, and whoever put me back didn't bother to put the covers over me. It happens quite often, by the way. Despite the MyLabs, I also believe some of the benevolent factions of ETs are assisting me. My speech impediment, which I developed at the hands of my father, has been reversed for the most part. My autoimmune problems have been reduced. I don't have to contend with OCD or excessive anxiety anymore. I also had a growth spurt. I'm thankful that the Sky Doctors healed me. A psychic once told me the benevolent Greys were using their psychic abilities to heal me. Unlike my labs, the benevolent aliens used chi energy to heal naturally and don't need to use injections, torture, and pain to get results. I also seem to get strangers coming up to me in public claiming to know me. They would ask, "Don't I know you from somewhere?" I answered, "No, I don't know who you are." A few weeks later, same person would come up to me and ask the same question. Strange. Next chapter, chapter 9. He's psychosomatic. This has been a reading of chapter 8, Elimi-Nate. Lone Wolf, Alpha, Squad, Copy, Over. By James Rink. Next up, chapter 9. He is psychosomatic.